Welcome back once more to WCS America. Sorry.
No.
After you.
It's okay. I mean, I'm the guest. Which is kind of crazy to say it, right? Like, I started the company, and now I'm the guest.
Well, I mean,
it's just what it is. Welcome back. That's all. That's all I got. It's good to be back, though.
I'm still.
I'm not.
My cheekies are hurting.
It's good to be back, guys. For those of you that don't know, for December, actually, I didn't retire, but I left NASL. Obviously, we're all in great relations because I've known you guys for apparently too long of amount of time. And it's cool. You know, my job right now, I'm a producer over in Las Vegas for a company called Run It Up with Jason Somerville. It's a YouTube thing. You guys can check it out. Just type in Run It Up and Jason Somerville. And you guys over here invited me out here to cast some sweet WCS StarCraft, and I couldn't be happier. Ben, I miss our casts together because one thing I've learned about Ben, you know, when I came into the scene, I was so serious. All I wanted to do was talk StarCraft, and it's like this at 5:45 seconds, we will see double gas in this PvZ.
And that's exactly how it sounded.
That's all I did, right? Ben, you're the one to tell me to lighten up. Well, you didn't say in these words, but lighten up a bit. Have fun with the broadcast. And ever since then, my career's gone downhill.
Look what I'm doing. I'm updating the score.
A little late,
immediately.
Ben. Okay, so we are tied at 4-4.
Yes, sir. And I have to choose something here because I lost the 10 space bet. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna bet that Protoss plays Stargate.
Like right away?
His first tech choice is
First
Stargate.
tech choice is Stargate. So there's a couple of things that could happen. It's well, do I want to take that bet? I kind of feel like that's a good bet for you on this map.
If you want to take the other side of it, that's fine too. I say Protoss plays Stargate, and you say yes or no.
I'll say no Stargate.
Okay.
Okay. So it could be an expansion build. It could be robotics. It could be Twilight Council. It could be just straight up gateway pressure into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's going to expand, obviously.
Yes.
But he's going to go Stargate.
We're talking about like the 6 minute,
he's going to go
7
Stargate
minute
right
tech.
here.
You want that too, Ben?
No.
All right. Anyway, spawning in the bottom right hand position as the red Protoss, it is Love Your Girlfriend's Tassadar, and his opponent spawning in the top left hand position as the blue Zerg, it is Invictus Gaming's Xigua.
Xigua
Means watermelon in Chinese. Thank you, Dan Frodan Cho, for that. Am I thanking myself? No.
Not today.
Not. Yes. Other days I would, but not today, Ben.
I still can't get past your
I didn't think, man. I didn't think.
That's one of the greatest. That's one of the greatest experiences of my career as a professional commentator. I love it. That was a special moment. Thank you for that, Andre. Probe's going to continue poking around here. Xigua not taking any chances, leaving a drone in the natural, just in case of something like cannon shenanigans.
It can be that, as we do see a Forge Fast expansion in the bottom right hand corner, or in the production tab right now. No! There it is.
And suddenly...
Man, that is cheeky. I can use it all I want, Ben. I already lost a bet.
You're right. You now have free reign on Cheeky. And what are you going to do now, Xigua? I think the proper...
Oh. Cancel the pylon?
And then rebuild the pylon. This is interesting. Do you let this finish, or do you just cancel it?
I let it all finish. You mean the pylon?
The cannon and the pylon.
I let the cannon finish. I might consider canceling that pylon.
So you say this is worth it?
Yes, absolutely. Because it delays like crazy.
It does. It does do that. No second queen for a while. No double larva inject for a while. A lot of droning going to be restricted. And more importantly than that, this hatchery is just not going to finish for a very long time. And more importantly than that, this is not the expansion spot that you want as a Zerg
And more
player,
importantly than that,
This is high
You
ground.
open up so many places for a proxy pylon to be. On top of this position, there could be a 4-gate coming in here. It could be a 4-gate coming in at your your third base, a 4-gate coming in your fourth base. So many different places, locations that you just cannot.
Oh, Tassadar.
You can't account for all of them.
Tassadar, known for his cheekiness.
Definitely very cheeky.
Xigua, being very thorough with his scouting, though, has spotted this. Needs to do something about these pylons. Obviously, he's got time. Cybercore hasn't even begun yet. There it goes. Just now starting. So Warp Gate's a long way off still. But if you forget about this, all of a sudden, there's a very handy warp-in spot.
Very much so.
For an aggressively minded Protoss player.
We will see if that happens. Really focusing on the Chrono Boost so far. All of it has been going to the Nexi. But most importantly, check out that gas. He's at 200 gas and not yet put down +1 attack. So it might be Stargate play, Ben. You might be looking good for that. Very high chance. We'll find out as the Overlord gets in here. He's able to see nothing. Warp Gate not yet started, though.
What is he saving all that gas for?
There it is. And Warp Gate will be chrono boosted.
Guess he wants to kill this Overlord.
There it is. Twilight Council. Boom!
Sad.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. 5-4. It will be Twilight Council. Does that make sense? Dark Templars, definitely an option. I wouldn't say this is the fastest Dark Templars, but look at all the space you have to defend. The main base, if those pylons still stay up, hey, that's a big problem. The third base and the fourth base. I say the third, fourth. I know they're the second and the third, but I'm talking about their locations. So just for you guys at home, the third and fourth base locations, a lot to cover still. So I think Dark Templars or Blink Stalkers make a lot of sense because you're really forcing a very immobile defense on your opponent. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Your opponent
it's hard to deal with things in multiple spots. And one of the other things is this is basically driving a wedge between this base and the other two expansions. So, and it is in fact going to be a Dark Shrine, which is makes perfect sense.
Lair? Do we have a lair? No, right?
I'm so surprised that Xigua still hasn't bothered dealing with these pylons. Like, this is something that he's got to do something about. Otherwise, he's going to have DTs in all three bases.
It's just about, I would say, 60 seconds, maybe 70 seconds away from having an absurd amount, just a game-losing problem. He has no spores. He has no indicators to let him know to make spores. He's making spine crawlers, actually, anticipating some sort of Zealot Warpin. Ben, it's not going to be a Zealot Warpin.
It's not going to be a Zealot Warpin. That layer is late. If he made 4 DTs and clicked on that layer, it would never finish.
And if he was being vigilant and had a Zergling right outside of this forge, he would have seen this +1 never got started. So he shouldn't make these spine crawlers.
What?
Diligent?
Oh. You kind of combined diligent and vigilant.
Oh.
And it was awesome. All right, here's the DT problem presenting itself. Layer not quite done yet. Lots of drones are, of course, going to end up falling. And this is a problem at multiple locations. No DT has been sent here yet.
There is a counterattack of Zerglings going to the third and the natural base, but of course it's not going to be enough because you could just warp in Dark Templars. No big deal.
This actually might cancel the Nexus.
Yeah, but I'd take
then,
that for game-ending damage anytime.
Man, this is rough. 17 drones is the cost at this point in the game. Finally, the one in the main base has been dealt with, but still.
No, they actually evacuated. These are them, right? Yep. Going down into the fourth base location, or the third base location, and getting even more kills. So life could not be worse right now for
This is a sad feeling.
Xigua.
And right now, Xigua is saying, man, how could I not prepare for this?
Even the third base location is still under attack by that same Dark Templar. And the hatchery will most likely go down here.
Yeah, that's a dead hatch.
So he doesn't have that going.
So the question from the top of the map, worth it? Definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it. A game-winning play.
Do you know what would have been bad for everybody? Stargate. Stargate would have been bad for everybody.
You know what? It probably would have been Stargate if not for this.
Honestly, I was saying probably a good 40-50% of the time they're going to go Stargate.
was a good bet.
It was a good bet. Especially cross position, because he would have scouted that.
DT shenanigans are still going to continue, and Xigua, you know, he doesn't want to tap out just yet. He's still got kind of a 2-base economy.
Yeah, but 2-base economy against 2-base Protoss. Emerging 3-base Protoss.
Yeah, soon to be a 3-base
no bueno.
Protoss.
And when you only have Zerglings against Archons, it's not a good position. Against Blinkstalkers, not a good position. Against Sentries, not a good position. Against all 3 of them, Ben, guess what?
Bad position.
Bad position, yeah, correct. Or not a good position. I was gonna
Goes
continue.
beyond being not good to bad.
Horrible.
'Cause not good is not necessarily bad. It's just not good.
That's very true. Very true. And he still has those 3 pylons and a cannon at the worst
Just a
possible
permanent
spot.
map fixture. It's just these might as well be neutral buildings. Here we go. Perhaps the final moments of game number 2 between Xigua and Tassadar. These are really nice force fields to kick things off. And Lings are going to have a bit of a hard time dealing with this kind of an army.
GG.
That's it.
Tassadar takes a first win. Very easy win, I would say.
Convincing win there on Frost makes it